Hi, my name is David Rogers, and we're inside one of the buildings in my breeding facility at Megumi Aviary. Behind me is one of these night cooping boxes at Tomabako, and inside it is one of my better birds. And I'm just going to show you some routine that I go through day to day in taking care of him. So it's morning, so he's going to be taken out for his morning exercise. I don't know if you can see over there now, but the tail's actually held up with a ribbon in the back of the box, and his perch is carpeted. His tail is currently 9 foot 7 inches, so it takes a little bit of doing to get it all out of there. So now that his tail is completely out, we can get a good look at it, and there it all is. You can see the feathers are really limp. They're like ribbons. They're almost, some of them are even almost hair-like. They're so narrow, especially the saddle feathers. They're still growing. The saddles have a lot of growing to do yet, but there he is. And so while he's going away to be exercised in his exercise pen, I'm going to mix up some food for him. So he's going to go into his exercise pen, and I'm just going to put him up here on his perch, and if he decides to want down to scratch around, he can jump down on his own there. You may be wondering why his spurs are black. They were recently trimmed. They were getting to be quite long, and this black that you see on there is actually a scab. The spurs would normally be a yellow color like his legs. And there he goes. He decided to get down to go scratch around, play. He'll probably take a dust bath. He usually does. That's one of his favorite activities during his exercise time. While he's busy exercising, I'm going to be mixing his breakfast. I have cranberries. These are whole frozen cranberries. I buy them on sale in the store right after Thanksgiving when they go on sale, and I buy up enough to last all year, and I keep them in the freezer. And I put some in the food processor. There's a couple other birds in this building too, so I put enough in here for everyone's food, about 5 berries per bird. So there's 15 berries in here. And then I'll take some of the feed. This is whole oats, fish meal, kelp meal, a little bean meal, and added vitamins and calcium. And I'll just put that in the food processor and blend it all up until the berries are just really small and mixed evenly through. Then I'll wet it a little bit and feed it to the birds. And it's ready to serve. This is one of the food trays on the boxes. It's you could think of it kind of as a bento box for birds. It's a little boxed lunch, and I'll just take some of the food. Some of you may be wondering why I use cranberries. Cranberries are useful both in that they provide the birds with antioxidants, which helps remove toxins from digesting other foods from their body, and also cranberries improve blood circulation, which improves the growth of blood feathers. So I'll just put that in the box, and I'll add a little water. and some drinking water also. And you can kind of see what it looks like then with the cranberries all chopped up in there. And there's about 5 cranberries in that amount. Here's something else that I'll add to the food. It's cayenne pepper powder. And it's really bright orange. This isn't the cooking spice grade cayenne pepper powder. This is the medicinal herbal grade. It's 90,000 Scoville units. This stuff is hot. Birds do not have capsaicin receptors, so it's not hot to them, but it still has the beneficial properties in that it dilates the blood vessels and improves blood flow. So again, thinking of the blood feathers and improving the growth there. But I get this from an herbal shop, and it comes in a 1-pound foil resealable packet, and then I put it in this glass jar, and I just dip out of it with a measuring spoon. Each bird gets probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is a 1/4 teaspoon measure, and I give about half or 1/3 of that. So they don't get a lot. It's just a little bit sprinkled over their food. Something else that has to be done every morning is each box has to be cleaned out and the droppings taken out of it, new bedding put in and everything from the night before. You can see there's a lot of little miscellaneous body feathers and blood feather sheaths, the little keratin bits that fall off from around the quill as the feather grows. All that has to be cleaned out and swept out. All that accumulates from the night before when the bird was in here sleeping and preening himself of the early morning before I got out here. But all this has to be cleaned up every day. No doubt you've probably noticed I'm wearing a winter coat. I just get cold easily, so I wear a winter coat. You're probably wondering, how cold does he keep those birds? My gosh. Well, not cold at all. Actually, it's 58 right now. I aim for around 53 or so usually, but if the humidity goes up, then I do raise the temperature a little bit to compensate, because when the humidity goes up, the temperature should go up too. And I do keep a climate chart here of temperatures and humidity ratios and things from the Kochi Prefecture in the south of Japan. That's the weather pattern and environment I follow for my birds, and this building is kind of maintained somewhat like that environment. Getting back to our little guy over here who's been out exercising this whole time, it's now time for him to go back and have his breakfast. So I'll just pick him up and gather up all of his feathers and put him back in his box, and he'll go and be put away long enough to eat for about half an hour, 45 minutes. Then he'll be let back out for a while today to exercise again. And sometimes it's a chore to corral him and to gather up all of his feathers, the entire length, so that I don't step on them and pull them and hurt him or break them. And now he'll go back to his box and eat, and then be let back out.